255 kilos, but it was a long time ago. If I took all my personal bests, around about 1,060, but obviously that'd be putting them all together into one show. I have, yes, and I'm not very good at them, to be totally honest. Definitely got serious lack of flexibility issues that make it almost impossible, so I do enjoy doing a bit sometimes though. Leading up to World's Strongest Man, I was around about 10,000 a day. I was 135 kilos. At my absolute heaviest, I was 203 kilos, so about 32 stone. I think he did good. Made a bit of a cock up on the train push, which wasn't ideal for him, but he showed he's still there or thereabouts, and he was mixing it right till the end. I haven't, no. I mean, it's a bit of a difficult one because some of you people use trap bars with raised handles and things like that. I mean, I know I've done some big weights in the past, but never actually maxed out. I have not, no. Yeah, I'm not sure I really buy into it that much. I've read a bit about it, but, you know, I'd give it a try, but I've not done it up to this point. Time to work on some business stuff that I've been trying to work on for a good few months. Just hard with World's Strongest Man prep and stuff, working on both. So that's the plan, focus on that and just experience life. Sometimes things get put on hold because you're away travelling and always focusing on competing. So I just want to do lots of things that I enjoy doing, travelling the world, seeing things and just having fun. I think it has to be my third place in 2011. Yeah, obviously coming third behind Brian Shaw and Zavickas is nothing to be ashamed of, and the lineup there was incredible. So to get third in that with some of the absolute all-time greats, I was pretty pleased with, and yeah, I think probably that. No, there's not. Guys are all different heights. It's a strongman competition, not a height competition. Obviously, some of the events suit the taller guys more, but it's not impossible if you're shorter. Teaching correct programming from word go. So many people start training and just don't have a clue what they're doing, and they're not really trained specifically for their sport. They think that following a bodybuilding program or just maxing out their lifts all the time and things like this are a big issue I see in beginners. So getting them on a good solid program right from the word go is where I would start with, and obviously teaching correct form as well. For me, it's all about the preparation. You've got to trust the training you've done to get yourself in a position to compete in that competition. And if you've prepared well and you've got all the bases covered and you know what you're doing on every single event and stuff like that, the nerves are much less. It's all about, just preparing yourself correctly for the competition and trusting that you've done the right things. Oh, that's a really tough one. Heat. I like Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. I watched Goodfellas on the plane on the way back. That was awesome. Yes, I will be there. Not competing though. I will be there just with my sponsors. Just if you have a bad day and you slip up and stuff like that, just, don't say, I'll start again on Monday. Just get straight back on it and get yourself a good structure in place and get yourself a diet that you'll stick to. I think so many people try and diet so hard and they make it so strict for themselves that they won't ever actually stick to it. So allow yourself some treat foods every now and then, just to keep yourself on track. Luckily, they did move us in the end. They managed to convince two smaller people to swap with us, so it was a lot better. But also, it was only for the short flight from Sacramento to LA, so not on the one all the way back to London. It's a possibility. Unlikely, but a possibility. The aim's to get some weight off now and sort of get myself closer to that sort of shape. Probably I was sort of 4 to 6 weeks out from the show. Try and stick around that. I will be there in some capacity, yes, but always as a fan, whether I'm competing or not. But I will be there in some capacity. I'm just not sure what yet. The best exercise to improve deadlifts is deadlift. lots of accessories that are not needed. So anyway, the only way you can get better at something is by keep doing it. So more deadlifts. Yeah, I mean, it's part of sort of the next stage is going to be going more into the coaching side of things. That's the sort of next development that's coming soon. We started a little bit beginning of the year. Yeah, I would, and something that potentially might happen. Probably to be less fat. Put on like 15 kilos this year since January, so I definitely want to get some of that off again. I don't think I've ever had a snow cone. I'm guessing that's an American thing. Is it like a slush puppy? I don't know. Not this year, I don't think. Certainly not at the Royal Albert Hall. There's no way my bicep would hold up to that at the moment, but hopefully next year. Yeah, it's more difficult, but it can definitely be done. Thing is, your body will get calories from where it needs them. So at the end of the day, if you've got some fat on your body and you need the calories to gain strength, your body will use the fat. It's not the best, to be fair. Yeah, I've got well, as Bish described it, my arm looks like a bag of golf balls. So if you can imagine a load of golf balls in a bag, that's about as lumpy as my arm looks. Absolutely loved it. Met some really great people and had a really good time. So yeah, absolutely loved it over there. Be consistent over long periods of time. Don't expect it to happen immediately, because it won't, but you've got to keep consistent and keep working hard for a long period of time. I use them, and I think there's nothing wrong with using them all the time. It's within the rules. So yeah, thank you very much, and I appreciate that. You know, just time for a change in direction, but hopefully I can use the same drive in other areas of my life. Yeah, I came back to it being like that. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Do lots of timed holds in different positions, but doesn't really matter what position. Lots of timed holds that puts a lot of stress on your grip. Once you can sort of hit a minute on a weight, then move the weight up. It's in November, so it's not looking likely at the moment. Yeah, just don't think I'd be ready in time, if I'm honest. I've got to see where we're at with the bicep and go from there. He didn't miss any training while he was out in Sacramento. I saw him training on a number of occasions, so I'm guessing he's pretty focused and raring to go. I'm not actually that much of a football fan. I watch it, I don't mind it, but I'm not like a proper football fan. Obviously, I'm more of a rugby fan myself. Maybe something like Zach's University Fund. I enjoyed all of them for different reasons. I absolutely loved West Virginia, Charleston, West Virginia. It was amazing. People were so cool and had a really good time. But Sacramento will be up there. Not really, to be honest. I didn't have much time as an amateur. I won UK Strongest Man in my first year of competing and went to World Strongest Man in my first year, so I wasn't an amateur, as they put it, for very long. I did put on a bit of weight for Worlds. About 15 kilos this year, so I did feel a little bit crappy, but for real life, but I was strong. So maybe. That's a good question. Read minds, I think. Yeah, read minds. It'd be nice to know what people really think. Make it a lot easier to get rid of the bad people in your life and keep the good ones. So yeah, maybe I wouldn't want to read people's minds, actually. Might be difficult to sort of live a normal life. I don't know. Some people might see it as weird, probably chicken with peanut butter on it. It's a little bit strange or a little bit unusual. I like it. I go narrow, and in my experience, most people are stronger narrow than wide. Yeah. I need to get it looked into. I've got, a completely detached long head, and I've also got a tear in the muscle on the inside, but it's definitely not torn all the way through. So I assume it's going to be a case of just lots of treatment to get that inside bit functioning properly again, and long head being detached I just have to deal without. But it's been slightly detached for a long time. So the biceps dropped a little bit further down on the outside, and on the inside I've got a hole in the actual muscle belly, so that should be fixable, just with treatment and time. So should be. I've got a few actually, but one I definitely am not like that with is Frozen and Frozen 2. I've seen both of those a lot of times. Zach's obsessed with them. So, yeah, I'm kind of bored of those now. All of the Batman trilogy, I can watch them over and over again. What Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. Love all of those. Seven, Heat, Shawshank Redemption, Goodfellas, Casino. I could pretty much put any of those on at any point and enjoy watching them. Yeah, I do training days. I've got one on the 10th of July actually. If you look at my posts, you'll see I've got one coming up. Yeah, 10th of July. And I'm hoping to start travelling around the country and doing a few as well. I'm not sure on that yet. We'll see. Not sure where I'm going to go, what direction I'm going to do. But I'm going to take some time anyway and reevaluate and see where I'm going to go from here. But main focus is to work on the business and enjoy life a bit more, and not focus so much on training for the rest of the year at least. But we'll see where we're at next year. I've actually never seen any of them, so I don't know. I'll still compete in something. Not sure what yet or what direction I'm going to take. But main focus is on other stuff away from competing right now. But I'll still carry on training and see where it takes me. If you can't see your abs, it means you need to lose some weight, unfortunately, or lose some fat. Yeah. Pretty much down to that, mate. Diet, unfortunately, mate. Well, thank you. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would disagree, but I appreciate it. I'm hoping to come up for the Glasgow Giants Live. So, yeah, I'm planning on being up there for that. They'd lose all their TV contracts, so they'd actually lose tons of money because they'd never make even close in terms of live streaming as they do from selling the TV shows to big TV stations. So, you know, it's one of those difficult ones where obviously it'd be great to be live streamed, but, you know, they're contracted that can't happen. I know they've got TV contracts in place to at least take World's Strongest Man to 50 years. So what's that, another 6 years? So it's not going to be happening anytime soon, but I know they are working on some things to improve it for next year. Something I might be involved in myself. So there's some potential there that things will improve next year. In terms of like a highlights package maybe. But yeah, not sure where they're at yet, but things are moving in the